Okay, I'm back. Now it's past midnight. Present date, December the 19th, 2018, 12:28 a.m. I'm really hoping that things don't just shit the bed on me this time. It's not exactly where I want it yet. Things aren't reliable enough. I mean, it's close. It's really, really close. But there's still a bit more to do. Anyhow, I've got all of this meat to process. I've had wine sitting out here for a while. I don't know how much wine I'm gonna need in order to marinate my beef, but I'm gonna need a fair amount. I'm just gonna make up a number, like a ratio, as soon as I get everything scaled out. So, let's see, get the mise en place. This is pretty dirty. I need to clean up around here. Like, definitely communicate with Joe Ben about this. That's in there at least. This up here and. Hands and Jesus Christ, I don't even know. It's like I hardly feel like I live here anymore, but it's, you know, I'm here, I'm gonna make the most of this. Anyways, this angle's gonna suck. I'm gonna move things around a little bit, but you're not gonna get a particularly good angle, not unless I move things. So let me fix that. Let me get that resolved. First things first. Bread. Where do we want bread? Right here for the time. Alright, so kitchen scale. This guy over here. Get this halfway. Not have this right over here, but instead relocate to here. Looks safe. Alright, get checked in for power. And run power to the scale. Don't need it right this minute, so set to the side for now. And for the moment, we don't really need much. Pour myself some wine because I hope this is enough. I hope this is enough. Because cooking is more fun when you have wine. I mean, I've also got whiskey, but, you know, save that for a bit. And we'll do this. So I'll be able to see, focus up. 10 years from desktop text. Interesting. This guy's got a good story. Alright. Cool. What the hell? Shit. I mean mute. There we go. No interruptions. As far as that's concerned. Displays, power, energy, saver. For now, switch this to, what's this at right now, 2 minutes? Never. And we'll switch things back later. For now, I want to be able to keep an eye on chat, just in the event somebody shows up. So again, the objective, get these steaks going. I've got like a 15-pound ribeye roast, and I think another roast. It's just a whole bunch of steak, a whole bunch of beef. It's gonna take some work. This is warped, really heavy. I need to do something about that. Is this mine? Why do I have multiple cleavers? Nice. There's actually a lot to clean up, but no big.
Okay, so one is actually just this big fucking steak. The large end of a roast. Oh boy, that's gonna be a challenge, huh? Yeah, I might not be able to clear through all of that.
Okay. Oh baby. 13.5 pounds of meat. Okay, this doesn't actually expose much, but I'm gonna clear this. First I'm gonna drain this thing because there's some blood accumulating here. I'm gonna keep it clean. And so I'll be draining it and then I'll be right back. Drain, toss this stuff, the cello. I'll be right back. Okay. Actually, it's fine. It's fine. It was very minimal fluid that came out. Hey, I've never worked with such a quantity of beef before, okay? It's been sitting for a couple of days in my fridge. Just want to do what I can here to make sure it's all good. Anyways, my plan was simply to take this, divide it into steaks, but I don't know how cleanly you can cut. I think I can get a pretty good cut here. Just carve along between the bones, but I could be wrong. Your thoughts? How would you attack this? Let me grab a paper towel real quick. That way I have something to keep my hands clean. Alright, these are very cute paper towels. They've got little foxes, like there's a fox wearing a scarf. There's a, I don't know what the fuck this thing is. Some other animal, I'm sure. Woodland critters or something. Let's toss this. Where my bags at? Have a meat cutter? No, negative. I do not have a meat cutter. Am I SOL? I don't even know what the bone looks like. I figured it's just ribs and that you can kind of work between them. Right, because you got this, I can kind of cleave along this angle, but then there's this other piece right here. Like I said, first time. I was very surprised when my mom called and she's like, yeah, your dad just bought like a whole bunch of meat. I mean, this is nothing really. People buy entire cows, right? Depends on how sharp my knife is. Guess we'll find out. It's decent. It's decent. I figure I just kind of work between the bones here. Try to work between the bones. There's like an angle I can make here. These are gonna be thick. Fuck it. I guess I'll just kind of see what happens starting right here. There's definitely some bone that I have to work around. Like right around here. Let's see what I can do. Oh, my lord. I'm impacting bone right now. Contacting bone right there. Shit. What a challenge. Let's keep looking. Let me observe a little better first. Alright, you just see that glorious amount of fat. This like thick fat. Let me see what I got here. Try to pry it. Yeah, I can deal with it, I think. Tip the meat up so you can see the backside. I assume you meant this. Yeah, I know a meat cutter would make very short work of this. But I've got quite a... I don't know if I have space for a meat cutter. I mean, like, where would you put a thing like that? A garage? No, you wouldn't want it there. I don't think you would. But I can literally remove the entire layer of fat. I'll be putting it in a wet marinade just a little bit. Adding some aromatics and then cooking sous vide. Definitely work away this layer of fat. Electric knife, gotcha. Sticks don't come from the bone area unless you want them in. Keep the fat on. But I'm cooking sous vide. And then I will just do a quick sear on the grill. To flavor. I suppose it will render a little bit. Like I'll be cooking at like 136 degrees Fahrenheit. Not for a particularly long time. You know, just for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Maybe a little longer because each one of these is gonna be pretty thick. Okay, so maybe like 3 hours. 3 hours cook time. So yeah, I guess you're right. I'll keep it there. And then we'll trim before, like pat dry, trim, then finish on the grill. Yeah, I'm not doing traditional steak. Okay, I guess I will go back to removing the fat. I want to get a better understanding of what I'm up against here. I have duck fat. I don't know if it's any good still. I mean, it keeps in the fridge indefinitely, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, let me work this fat off. Big old sheet of it. Look at that. Just like the first time with the woman, be gentle. I'll tear away some of that membrane. I mean, to me, it's a real exciting experience being able to deal with such a large volume of meat, but it's definitely a learning experience. In the past, I've just had the butcher cut it thick. You know, get these like nice, maybe 2 1/4, 2.5 inch thick cuts. Definitely invite company. Not something you eat by yourself in a single sitting. Alright, premature optimization. Never forget. Let's try to work off of bigger chunks first. You can come back in for the cleanup. Christ, there's so much of it. There's just this, speaks to how they feed them in preparation for slaughter. Some of it doesn't want to go easy. So I'll just work this stuff off first. Yeah, I can see this working out pretty well. By removing this, you can get a lot more flavor in. Allow it to penetrate more easily without this huge layer of fat standing between it and the meat. Pork is haram. This is not pork. This is beef. It's not necessarily halal beef, but you know, when in America, I know there's a pretty good market for halal meats, halal and kosher. My buddy told me one of the students that we went to school with actually he'd raised sheep. And he'd slaughter them and sell them to members of the Muslim community. Boko Haram. Okay. Man, I want to take this a little bit at a time, but I think it's more efficient just to go for broke. Go big or go home. Definitely needs a bit of love. Gotta be gentle with it, you're right. Just like slowly but surely work it. Maybe not too gentle. Could definitely use the blade a bit here too. It'd be nice to have a more suitable blade for working this type of shit. Let me see. I might have something handy. Get some of that fat off. It's good for the cabinets, yeah? A little bit of oil on wood, never hurt anybody. So I got a little paring knife. That should help me get through the membrane and any bits that are a little finicky. There we go. Now we're trimming. Earlier I was just kind of playing around. I just want to remove some of this at this point, just to clear up, make my job easier. Quite a lot of fat. What do? Render this stuff? Keep it on hand? Let me set this to the side for now, instead of just tossing it all. Could come in handy. Freaking settler ways. I think it's I don't know if it's good or bad. It's just how I am, I suppose. I accept that. Alright. See what else we can get at. That's a healthy amount right there. Fuck it. I'm just gonna get some fat on it. On the blade. It's not big. Still a nice cap here. Real rich cap. I imagine I want to pull all of this too. Yep. All of this can go. I know at McDonald's they used to fry their fries in beef fat. And now they don't. They haven't for a long time. But they add some stuff to the oil so it has this similar taste or smell. Try to replicate it. I don't know exactly what it's all about, but I read that, I found it quite fascinating. Okay, let's keep trying to work up this big portion. It's gonna take a little bit of time to really get at it. And maybe it's fine to keep it there, actually. Some of it's fine to retain, because it's kind of, there's just like a thin layer of meat. We'll see. I'll take it on a case-by-case basis. For now, attacking the cap. Sheets of fat. Do you boil your meat? I don't know, some people like to. Something about the first. Removing this really strong smell, flavor. I don't know if I'd want to. I figure it's all part of it, right? Like if you're eating beef, you want to know you're eating beef. In fact, the beefier it is, in my book, the better. Just like if you're eating pork, you want to know you're eating pork. And sometimes people try to mask it, especially with mutton. Like a Western way of dealing with mutton. Always found kind of curious. Alright, so that's this thin. I'll just keep trying here. I'm breaking all this up. You know, with the ribs, and this is really ribs, having a butter knife can come in handy. trying to remove this. I might do that. Get in underneath this layer, because my nails don't seem to be doing enough. That's where the knife will come in handy. Yeah. This stuff is too wet to get a grip on. I'll burn the paper towel later. For now, let's keep trying to see about easy, low-hanging fruit. Okay, so there's a little piece of meat here. That's just this like tiny piece of flesh. And then it looks like the rest is just fat. Fat, there's a lot of it. This, it's this big fucking like node. Look at this. Just hard. Wow. At the Sam's Club in Bentonville, which we went to, I had to check it out. They had a very impressive meat counter. I mean, for a Sam's Club, you know. Some of you may have access to really nice butcher shops. Myself, I've been in like a fancy butcher shop once. I'm not a fancy guy. I'm a poor man. But at Sam's, they had choice prime. And they also had Kobe, Wagyu, grass-fed beef. Very beautiful to look at. Very interesting to see the difference and how the fat gets deposited, the marbling. Highly evident. And I've been told that when you go to the grocery store, or say Sam's Club, and buying prime, you're not necessarily getting the best. Like, prime is reserved for just a very small portion of all animals, all the beef. I saw a recommendation suggesting that top choice may be better than buying prime. And that there are certain butchers, certain meat sellers to look out for. Because they just look for the top in choice. It's right up there with prime. And you save some. I don't know, if you're buying prime at Sam's versus paying for like top choice, Which one's better? I would imagine you'd be better off taking the prime, right? Just by virtue of being a higher grade. But I could be wrong. Since me, I'm just a consumer. I haven't spent enough time sourcing beef. It's not something I do. I just buy what's at the store. When it's on sale. You can get it at $5 a pound. For choice. Wait, is that right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. $5 a pound for choice. On sale. Maybe it's select, I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a long time. Like I said, I'm poor. Alright, so we'll remove this entire deal. All this connective tissue. Silvery looking stuff. Shimmery looking membrane. Again, dull knife would come in handy. I think I'm gonna grab one. Try not to touch anything else. All right. So, come on. Oops, cut a little too deep there. People who know what they're doing will look at this and think like, shit, you're so slow. And that's okay. Oh, come on. Just trying to do this right. Because I want to have some damn fine steaks. It's just the season, you know? If you're not going to eat good now, when are you going to eat good? You worked hard this year, didn't you? I worked hard. I wish I had more to show for it. Really. But it's okay. It's all gonna be fine. It's still just the beginning. All these months later, still at square one. But a little faster, a little smarter. Tomorrow will be just a little brighter. Shit. I'm gonna end up peeling away a little layer of actual flesh with this. Whoops. Lost control. Maybe it's not even worth. Is this? I mean, it's like collagen here. That's all it is. Unzipping it. Yeah, I think it's worth. Look at that. And this part too. Because it's not going to break down at the temperatures I'm going with. I'll end up just being annoying to chew. Paul would like that though. Chew the shit out of it. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a nice lunch. I'll take photos. It's not gonna be this. This is gonna be saved for when my sister gets in town and everybody see it. Look at that, look at that, nice. Beautiful lean meat. I should call Paul. Damn. This is painful to watch. She's just ruining the meat. Why? How am I ruining it? Now I'm actually paying attention. How did I ruin this meat? Do tell. All I see is I've succeeded in removing a whole bunch of fat. It's all here. A bunch of it. And I got a little treat for my dog. I'm open to learning. Believe me, I know I'm no pro at this. That's why as I'm commenting to myself, like, yeah, somebody who knows what they're doing would, one, get through this a lot faster, with a lot less effort, and would just like a statement like you made. Maybe not ruining. Let me wash hands. Feed Paul real quick. Let him try a little bit of this stuff. Yeah, actually, this is fine. Just wiping it down is good. Okay. Do this instead. Easier. So my hands are still greasy. Can you beg? Take some of that. Alright, get it. Take it. Yeah, you gotta use those teeth. That's right. You gotta chew a bit. There you go. One more. Down. 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 Pull. Psst. Down. Look at me. Good boy. Look at me. Yeah, work it. There you go. Well done, good boy. You like this, huh? Down. Down. Don't forget to chew. Here you go. Okay. You need some fat on a steak. Yeah, you're right. I mean, okay, in traditional cooking, yes. But bear it in mind, like I said earlier, I'm gonna be cooking at sous vide. Alright, I've got the water bath, so-called water oven. So I'm not too concerned about that. The only time it's gonna see high heat is in finishing. And that's gonna be really short. Like, it doesn't really give it much time for, you know? I think whatever fat, whatever marbling there is will be fine. I'm just trying to get rid of these big caps. Otherwise you have to cut around it when you're eating, and that's no fun. I've always found that to be annoying. You know, especially with like cheaper cuts or lower grades. I'm not 100% sure what this is. Choice? I think. Oh yeah, and I don't worry about Paul, because we're gonna pasteurize everything anyways. It's gonna hit the grill and it'll be fine. Yeah, so not too worried. It's more focused on like membranes and fat caps, because I want flavors to really penetrate it. So I think I'm going about it the right way, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm a pro. I'm just a poor guy who happens to be dealing with a large quantity of meat right now. And so it's kind of exciting for me. You know. Like, whoa, look at that. I have this big charge. So I'm taking it seriously. This was 13.5 pounds. Most I've ever worked with at one time. And it may be nothing to you, but to me that's pretty significant. Previously, the most beef I'd ever worked with at once was just something I had to butcher cut. I mean, the guy ran it through a meat slicer, had him cut it, came out to 3 pounds. I didn't even trim it. I just threw it in, did my mix, threw it in, cooked, hit it with the blowtorch after patting it dry, served. Simple. I'm trying to improve on this. Improve on the past. So this one, I'm gonna put in just that much more effort. I could just that much. There's not much more of my time. I think that's fair. Yeah. No, I gotta work the membrane. It's not a brute force thing. So I'm curious. Poker Pete, if you're still here, what inspired you to come through? To this humble little broadcast. If you're not, I hope you're doing well out there. I'll be here until I get through this task. Look at all that stringy stuff. There we go. There we go. Vein right there. Yeah. Do I need a knife set? I don't know, man. I have knives right here. But I'm just kind of like, just working it a bit at a time. What are you still doing up? Also, I'm curious if we might get together. Yeah, so you know Thursday, the policy. Let's try to get folks on Thursday. We'll do Thursday if we can. But I understand if you're still doing your intern hours and what have you. If we can't make it. Try to expand the group a little bit. Because now I know I have more homies around. Finally kind of coming out of my shell. Paring knife right here. Do a little bit of work. Dog loves beef. So oddly intrigued by what? And welcome. Yeah, there's still a lot of this membrane. really the goal is just to try to get rid of that. Because it interferes with, oh my gosh, this stuff binds together. It's collagen, it just gets in the way. It won't render. It won't break down. Not without much longer cook times. And sure, it imparts some different textures, but this is an experiment, if you will. Look at that. Okay. Oops. Just losing this. And this outermost layer is fairly easy to punch through. It's one that's right up against the meat that I want to get at. If I can. What is this called? It's like the silvery stuff that's right over the muscle. It's everywhere. Oh. Back muscle, that's right. Also, I'm sorry for lying, but I just haven't had time to get around to it until now. We need to carve out some real time. Me and a big old piece of meat. Plus it looks good. No discoloration or anything. It smells very neutral. Warmer the animal, the easier it is. I mean, it's definitely warmed up a little bit by now. It's just this stuff. It's this stuff. It's like freaking working on the car. I get around to this problem and just like, I don't know if I want to deal with that problem right now. Fuck it. Just gotta go in. This is the whole boiling the frog, right? Not boiling the frog, swallowing the frog. Boiling the frog is what I do to everybody else. Swallowing the frog is what I must do for myself. So instead of focusing on this premature shit, the preemie shit, I focus on the big stuff. It's just this. It's like, oh, look at this. Talking about big stuff, look at this. Holy shit. Oh my god. Just fat. Like gobs and gobs of it. Hard fat. Can't suck this stuff out. my lord. I'm gonna end up with a pretty impressive quantity of fat on this tray by the end of the night. But yeah, I could see this. I could see the fat being easier to work if it was a little warmer, but not too warm. Too hot, it just kind of flows. Yeah, that's a lot of it. Okay, so there's a little discoloration. I did take it too long. Too bad. Next time I'll do a better job. You can get to it earlier. There's always more steak, Paul. Okay. Let's see if I can attack this silvery skin. Stop focusing on the fat. Focus on the skin. Punch through. Hey, Paul, look, I got a piece of meat for you. Dogs are easy. All you gotta do is feed them. They love you. If they act up, discipline. People are tough. One day I'll get good with people. I'm committed to it. Holy shit, man. I'm kind of tempted just to separate this entire part, or just like you wrap it around. But here, this you got this nice, healthy, this whole, what do you call this? But this big fucking piece, the actual rib eye, yeah, and the part that wraps around it. I think that this is actually thin enough. Yeah, this will be fine. I'd like to attack this a bit, really. Because it's just, there's so much of this, the membrane. There's so much. Our fat's still coming off in sheets. And more of this membrane. Okay. Let's get at the real problem, yeah. No, it's actually not that bad. I think it's okay to leave most. Just like break it up a little bit. Give more space for it to get in. For our things to penetrate. It's actually fine. Yeah. It'll be fine. Like that right there is enough for liquids to seep in. Really get at it. But it's also hanging on by a thread now. Hey. Okay, I have a really good idea. Yeah. This I will separate. Because it's like, it just wants to come right off. So I'm not gonna try to like force it to hang on for dear life. That gives me more to play with. Variety. It's like what I did with a turkey. I was looking at following this guide some years back. I ended up taking all the breast meat, rolling it up, cooking that sous vide separate from the dark meat. Dark meat cooked traditionally. I think this is fine. I'm just gonna deconstruct this roast. I can take it apart. Keep the ribeye. That's fine. But this, I don't need this. Not how I'm gonna deal with it. Yeah. In the future, I'll know. I can just get right to attacking that problem. I think it will actually provide me with a much easier view on the next bit. Okay. Let's get at this. This part right here. It's like enough to just allow it to separate. Oops, just lost my paring knife. Definitely need to wash that if I'm going to use it again. Alright. This. Yeah. Just like this. Oh my god. That membrane. I said wash. I meant just wipe. Should I sterilize it? Okay, I suppose. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll try to do things right. Remember, going through all this fucking energy just to do this. How do you sterilize a blade? Okay, I think it's clean. All right, as we were. Top, there's just a little bit of stuff keeping this together. Oh, there we go. The reason why I'm doing this, because I was looking at it, it reminded me of something. Even though it's a completely different part. It looks just like it. Like, eerily similar. But since I'm playing butcher, I can cut it up however I damn well please. There is no right way to attack it. There is a way to overcomplicate something, which is probably what I'm doing. Just like separating the breasts off the turkey and rolling them up and cooking them sous vide. There you go. And it's this. It looked like something, you know? Look familiar? Looked quite lovely. I wanted to separate it. Okay. Yeah. This will do nicely. This will do nicely on its own. It's got some of this stuff still. layer here, but I'm gonna leave that. And this is tough. Tough part here. That's fine. Yeah, there's still more of this connective shit. Always, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Okay. Brisket? Kinda, yeah. Brisket's huge usually, and it takes so much work to trim it. But again, it's because I work so slow. This I can deal with. Good enough. Right. Probably gonna want to fold it on itself. You know, like this. Then it's got this piece. I feel like should come off. Oh my god, that looks beautiful. Holy fuck. That is lovely. I feel kind of bad for like tearing into this so willy-nilly, but like it's quite nice. It's quite a bit of fun too. Look at this, wow. Just look at that. Just lean. Alright. This piece we're gonna play around with. That's fine. We're gonna do this, like so, and keep this for myself, for now. This is cleaned up decently. I mean, there's still some deposits, but whatever. You want no fat or really low fat, go buy grass-fed. It's probably what I'll be doing more of in the future. Because it's what the cow is supposed to eat. It's supposed to walk around and graze on grass. Or a different philosophy entirely. It should just be given very nice grains and massages. Up to you. However much trouble you want to put into it. Okay. Yeah. I need more paper towels. Now let me set this here. It's just gonna sit on top of a bed of fat. Okay. So, nice, smooth. Sorry about your ears. Look at this. Just look at the sheer quantity of fat here. How does it get to be like this, you know? How quickly are these animals gaining weight? And it's just this big fucking cap of fat. I don't know how old the animals are when they slaughter them. It's pretty trivial to find out, but we tend to kill them pretty young. Not like veal young, but we fat them up fast. and slaughter. The intention is not to try to discourage people from eating meat. I like meat. We all like meat. Even the vegetarians. If you want to be really evil to a vegetarian, cook bacon. Especially the ones that have, you know, converted. Cook bacon around them. See what happens. I'll dare you. We all know cows are pretty intelligent animals, as are pigs. We actually eat very smart animals. In fact, many will say that pigs are smarter than dogs. Some folks keep pet pigs to help them find truffles. And yet, it's somehow inhumane. It's considered barbaric to eat dogs. But perfectly acceptable to most of us to eat pig. Kind of funny. Kind of funny. Octopus. Again, highly intelligent animal. But they also make for good sushi. Fish are probably the dumbest ones. We should eat more fish. And they're good for you too. But a lot of people, for some reason, a lot of people don't like fish. Because they don't know how to eat fish. It's got too many bones. We eat fish. It's what you do if you grow up somewhere coastal. You eat fish and shellfish. We have great shrimp here. Really great shrimp. This poor cow. How quickly did it fatten you up? See, when I process a factory farm chicken, I feel the same way. It's just like, fuck, look at all that fat. In Malaysia, we would sometimes buy kampung chicken, which is village chicken, country chickens. And those were good. They were a treat. Nice lean meat. You would never see a lard-ass country chicken. Because they're just roaming around foraging for insects to eat. You know? Doing what chickens are supposed to do. So I'm not a big fan of the factory farm bird. I really don't like it. Don't particularly care for it. I find it bland. And also pretty gross to process. But I love fried chicken. I would eat the fuck out of fried chicken. I think part of that is because when it's fried, it's all coated with stuff, and you don't really, you know, it's just, you're not thinking about health. You're just enjoying it. When you really get in there, say if you're like a bodybuilder, you know, you're just processing your chicken breasts. Golly. How can you not notice? It's so painfully obvious. I can't remember how long those things, the birds are given before they're slaughtered. From the time they hatch to the time that they're harvested. It's a really short window. We kill them really young. Or, what do they call them? Broiler hens. I want to go somewhere. I talked about retreats. I want to go somewhere where like all the beef is grass-fed and all the chickens run wild. You just run around the place. Come back home to roost. Because a place like that, no matter what you get, it's gonna be damn good. There's no such thing as a bad meal when you raise the animals right. Maybe bring some peppercorns. Apparently Belize is one such place. It's cheap to get to. Southwest flies over there. They operate flights over from Hobby out to Belize, and it's cheap to go to, short hop, just a few hours. Never been, personally. I was reading up on it once because my friend, Enzo, she was like, hey, you wanna go to Belize? I thought, what's that place like? What's special about Belize? What makes it worth visiting? I don't know what makes it worth visiting. But I know that the beef is good. That they raise their animals right. And that's a definite plus in my book. Look at this. I don't want to have to fuck with this stuff, you know? It doesn't bring me joy to do this. To have to clean it up this much. But it's gonna be tasty. I can tell you, I'm gonna have some really tasty meat when all is said and done. But I'm gonna have to work for it. Like really, really work at it. Making up for what happened here. Bambi whip. I'm gonna divide it into steaks. I'm gonna try my darndest I'm not gonna throw it into the oven. I'm gonna portion it out, and I'm gonna cook each one to the same temperature, same degree of doneness, all medium rare throughout. And when it's time to eat them, I'll bring them up to temp, remove, pat dry, and finish on the grill. Just sear them. Get a nice sear going. This will be food for quite a while. Quite a number of meals, I think. Even if you wanted to serve like 4 adults, you can serve them for, I mean, it's, how many pounds? Yeah, it's quite a bit of meat. It started at 13.5 pounds. That's bone, meat, and fat. Right now I'm operating on it. I want to get away all the, like, most of the fat, because it's just in the way of the marinade that I'll use. And some of that membrane I'm also working away. Doesn't all need to go, but just the bulk of it. It doesn't add anything. Not in the way I'm gonna prepare it. The amount of time that it's actually gonna sit on the grill is so little. It's just to kind of sanitize, if you will. Clean it all up. Yeah, I'm not even gonna, it's too much in there. Just unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Christ. I've been working at this for a while now. I don't actually have a real good grasp of how much time I've already invested, but it's been a fair amount. And thus far, I haven't had a sip of my wine. It's just been sitting. It's been very hands-on. Fat. firm fucking cap. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try rendering down this fat to do anything with it. There's just so much of it. It's so freely available in society. I don't even want to fuck with it. Giant midget. Ribeye roast. My first time dealing with one. And I've just been stripping away all this fat. Because this is kind of a morbid fascination I have with it. You know? I'm curious what it's all going to scale out to at the end. All the shit that I can't eat. Don't really feel like eating. Like, I like good marbling in a steak. But I'm happy to remove these big old caps, these deposits of fat. I'm not gonna add anything. We had a couple of folks leave the Discord server recently. One was this oddball, an Australian oddball. I don't think he's been streaming awfully long. He's got like 10,000 views on his channel. Likes RuneScape, Ice Poseidon, that type of shit. Chatted with him briefly last night at the insistence of me Grubby's Wet, another Australian broadcaster whom I've spoken with before. We met through Defi. I think I'll highlight the conversation because it was pretty funny. But afterwards, he like pieces. I went into his channel because he's still broadcasting. I didn't pay attention. I have no idea what the fuck he was saying. But you know, he was probably providing a little short recap of his impressions from the conversation we had to his audience. There were 7 concurrent viewers. So he had like more people watching than I did. Right? And I went in there and I said, pretty much just like, yeah, look, about the conversation. Because one of his viewers said, that was so awkward, I could feel it from here, you know? And I wrote a few lines. I was like, yeah, okay, so, look, this guy said he wanted to talk. He asked me some questions. I answered truthfully. I showed him happily what I was working on. And then he made some silly remark. I actually played along with it too. You know? I said, look, at the end of the day, it's fine. No harm, no foul. You know, I was tired. You already knew that going in. But, yeah, I mean, what do they expect? Fucking entertainment? So, I didn't say this. I kind of kept that part to myself, the entertainment. It's like, I'm not here to fucking make you laugh, make you feel good. You know, you're just some other dude, right? Like, you came here and you said you wanted to talk to me. So I gave you my time. Right? Next thing I know, I look up after a while, and he's banned me for 10 minutes in his channel. The Grubby Sweat reports that the guy felt scared. I had a good laugh about that. Tell him not to act like a bitch. Feeling scared because of what? Some stranger on the internet gave you a recap of how you act a fool and said it's okay. Dumbass. Getting in there. Just digging right in. Oh my God, I'm shocked. I'm just shocked by how much there is here. Like, I've bought so many steaks, and I don't really bother trimming. But this roast, I'm gonna trim. And I'm shocked. The amount of time I've had to put in just to remove this. It's okay. Labor of love. Why do you do this? Because my family, my parents trusted me to take care of this. It's good meat. Gotta get it done, man. I gotta be the one to do it. Sometimes that's it. But this is, it's a shocking amount of fat. Absolutely shocking. I mean, I'm pretty done. I don't really want to keep going with it. But I kind of can't help myself. It's just morbid fascination with how fat this animal got. How much fat was in it. I could show you the tray next to me. There's a healthy layer of fat. Like, if I melted it all down, it would probably overflow the tray. It's got maybe like a half-inch lip around it. I don't know what it is. It's a regular baking sheet. It's a lot of fat. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna call that good. Oh wait, there's still more. Look at this. Let me pull off the easy bits. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Just fucking floored. It's getting underneath my fingernails. It's everywhere. And there's always more. Jesus Christ. Can't even pull this one. Need paper towels or something to help me with that. But it's a lot cleaner now. It's a lot cleaner. I think I'm about ready to call it on this. Just about. Just about. So I had some notifications on my phone. Not the one ahead of me, but the one in my pocket. My left pocket. Because of course I have two phones in my pockets right now. On top of that, one phone that's right in front of me. Okay. Fuck. Fuck, dude. Let's get a really sharp knife. Yeah, I have a paring knife right here. You can slice it off. Yeah. Yeah, I think if I ever attack a problem like this again, I'm gonna spend a lot more time with just the blade. Just working it. Because it's like trying to... Part of the goal was to remove the membrane. That's just over the muscle. And, you know, I wanted to get in there and feel it. Jesus. Alright, so I'm testing here. I'm trying to figure out how these bones all fit together. This seems right. Kind of carved right along this rib, or this. There's this one bone, these bones that just kind of float. So you got one, you got this thing that's just floating. That's the other part of it. This thing, can I knock it loose? No. Okay. Alright, so, motherfuck, sorry about your ears again, but we had a little bit of sticking going on there. Okay, I need to take a look at that piece a little better and also work that a little better. But that's fine. I'm gonna stick to this part. Consistently go down right here. Just getting started. I'm not cutting all the way through yet. But I didn't work it. Rotate this piece. As I go. Look at that, man. The fucking thickness on this thing, what? Nice. Okay. That one separated nice and clean. This one, this bone I gotta figure out. But I'm gonna cut through the actual ribeye. Ooh, fuck. I think I like lifted off the nail from the thing a bit. It just got like so much fat stuck underneath there and it was just packing it in. Fucking terrible, man. Fucking terrible. Okay. So I gotta work the bone a little bit. Work around it. You know, it's just like, look at this floppy mess right now. Just about separated this piece. Let me get a closer look. See what exactly is going on. It's right here. Same as this one. Just gonna walk the knife right through here. This one. Right through there. Okay. I guess you could use string in order to make really nice clean cuts, but I just didn't think about any of that. I just went at it. And now it's a mess. But it's gonna be fine. Alright, I already worked that part. That's all of this. These are gonna be the most inconsistently cut steaks ever to grace the earth. And I don't care. Laugh all you want. but I got fucking ribeyes. They're huge. I already worked around the bone here. Let me work this part. Oof, Jesus. Jesus. It's right here. You know what would be tragic? Is if I like cut off a finger right now. Like, hey guys, everything went fine up until I cut off my finger. Attempting to process my first ever ribeye roast. But hey, I say I threw most of it. Fucking animal. Just tearing apart this meat. Alright. I need a sharper knife, man. This thing is shit. Actually, it's fine. Gonna need some first aid later. So, there we go. A lot of surface area for all the flavors to get into. Wonderful. I think I'm just gonna weigh the fat separately. Like, I'm not even gonna bother. No, actually, I'm gonna weigh all the meat and the bone. That's important. It's important for this next part. First off, let me take a breather. Right. We got this. There's a trash can. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, these are huge. These are humongous steaks. Each one is probably like a solid 2 pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one's probably a little more than that. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I got rid of a lot of fat. So I'm about to find out how much meat and bone there is left. A lot of gains. I'm not even lifting these days. Just trying to get some steaks ready so we can have them for dinner. What an experience, man. And it's not even finished yet. Now the wine's up to temperature. Okay, so what do we do? In the next phase, take the scale. And we don't even need a vessel to put everything into because I've got a cutting board right here. So I'm finished with these. I'm gonna move them out of the way. It's meant to suck. I think I'm gonna take a photo of this because it's just, you know, it's like just carnage. I mean, like, that's quite literally what it is. Just a pile of meat and bones on top of a bed of fat. There's my photographer. No lie, one day I want to get a photographer. Like, I like taking pictures too. Always enjoyed it. Well, not always, but as soon as I started taking photos, I took a real liking to it. Okay, let me pick you up. Look at all that. The fucking mountain of meat, yeah? I know. Let me adjust the camera a bit so you can see. Mountain of meat. See? You want, yeah? Want this one? Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good piece of meat. That's a lot of meat right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's like that what's on this thing weighs more than you do, Paul. There's more meat here than you weigh. If you ate that tonight, you could like double in size. Think about all the gains you could have. I think the bitches would like it, Paul. Right, you gonna fight me over this? You don't wanna fight me. Alright, so I've handled dog. Now let me wash my hands. Let's figure out how much meat this is. Now I've separated away the fat. I'm gonna just simply discard the fat. I think. Actually, no, I might render a bit of it inside of my cast iron. Just so I get a nice layer of fat on there. My cast iron's been abused lately. I need to teach Joe Ben about cast iron. Otherwise, it's just gonna keep getting abused. But it's cast iron, you know, you can't really, like, yeah, you can fuck it up, but it just keeps kicking, because it's cast iron. That's what it's made for. It's like Pioneer kitchen implements. Alright. It's lined up nice. If I, let's say he became rabid, you know, old Yeller, I would just put him down gracefully. There's no way in hell I'll chop him up into little bits like I did with this. That'd be insane, man. Fucking wicked. Like, just deranged behavior. And that's not me. At least that's not what I show the world. You know what I mean? Like, if I've got some thick, sick, twisted thoughts, I'll leave them to myself. I'll keep them to myself. Don't worry. But I really don't, because I'm... Hey, you got that yet? Wow. You missed it. You can't even catch it. It's right above you. Next time you'll get it, Paul. I believe in you. Alright, so the steaks alone are weighing out at 8 pounds, 14.6 ounces. Can somebody help me take notes? You know, if you just type in chat, steak, and then like colon, 8 pounds, 14.6 ounces. And that's across, I think it was 5, right? 5 steaks. So each one's less than 2 pounds. In fact, I have just under 9 pounds of meat here. So each steak is like what, 1 3/4 of a pound? Oh, no, my bad. Bad math. 1, 5, 4 over 5. Yeah. Like roughly 1.8 pounds per steak. I think that's right. I hope I'm not wrong, because that'd be embarrassing as fuck. Okay, so roughly 1.8 on average. There's still quite a bit of fat here, but they're fairly clean. Let me transfer to some type of vessel for now. Some type of vessel. I say looking around, trying to find a suitable vessel. Oh, I know. We'll use a big fucking bowl. Or this little one. Little bowl. Or bags, or we've got way too many options. I don't want to wash more shit. So I'm just gonna grab some bags right now and toss them in there for the time being. And then divide. Yeah, I'm gonna do some division. Okay. So 1 per. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna need more bags later. Yeah, so if you stick around Twitch long enough, and Twitch, YouTube, whatever, long enough, you'll see people using food saver bags. Food savers are for scrubs. I still own like rolls of food saver bags. I learned very quickly they're for scrubs. They're a waste of time. So what I have here is 3 mil thickness bags. Each one of these should accommodate one of these big fucking steaks. If it doesn't, I'm gonna get mad. But it'll be fine. I trust in my bags, because I chose big fucking bags for a reason. Get in there, baby. Fucking tight fit right here. Oh yeah. Just trying to insert meat into the bags. And Lord. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Right there. Okay. Here we go. So that's one. That doesn't have to look beautiful, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll fuck around with it and go. Uno. When you could only carry 200 pounds of bisons unless it was wasted. Exactly. Pretty much, man. Hit the nail right on the head. I mean, look at this. Jesus Christ, look at the thickness on this thing. I'm glad I processed it tonight, because if I had waited, another day, 2 days, it would have started turning into zombified meat. And you can't eat zombified meat. It'll make you into a zombie. Oh my god. Get in there. Get in there. Get in that bag. So usually, like, I buy the steaks from the store, and they just slip right in. It's like throwing a hot dog down a tunnel. You know what I mean? But these, they need some coaxing. You need to, like, gently work them in there. Just like that. Just like that. Or some might say, right there. Right there. Let's get this one in here too. Come on. Fuck. It barely fit. Man, I love it. I love it. Get in there. Yeah, there we go. Work it. Alright, that makes 3. We're gonna need some space. I gotta move my wine glass. Dude, if I just finish all the wine, then I don't need to use a wet marinade. That's a good idea. There's something a little... Something I don't particularly like about this wine. I mean, it's okay. It has the desired effect. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have like the 1 glass for now. Have some whiskey. And then finish off what remains of the wine. Close out my night. It's so reward, you know, like, fuck, I just processed all this fucking meat. What was that magic number again? Did somebody note it down? Tell me somebody made a note. Because if nobody made a note, and you were here and, you know, I'll be upset. I will not be a happy camper. But I remember, it's 8 pounds, 14.6 ounces. I just can't remember, like, once I move to the next piece, it's going to be another measure, and, like, finally I'm going to measure the fat, so, like, I do need your help to make notes. I'm serious. I'm not playing. Because this is for science, you know, do it for science, not for me, for science. Today we're working with USDA, whatever the fuck this is. Tomorrow we'll work with something else, and we'll see. Actually, I think that it's gonna result in some very interesting findings, ultimately. I get the feeling that there are gonna be some very interesting findings we can develop from this. So please, please, please take this task seriously, if you're still here with me. Oh, wait. Giant Midget, you did it. You did it like 8 minutes ago. Thank you. You are a gentleman and scholar. Thank you. Alright, so 5 steaks. Oh my god, dude. They're just like, these are ridiculous steaks. I don't think it's the single largest steaks I've ever dealt with, but they're pretty fucking big. And there's just fat. Like, there's just fat on my island right now. Okay, let's move on to the next piece. I'm gonna grab another bag first, so I can transition it into this. Crikey. This has been fun, actually. You know, like, it's been a while since I last processed any significant quantity of meat. In the past, I'd pull out my camera and I took photos of each step of the process, just because I could. And now I'm taking 30 frames per second in 1080p, and I don't even have to think about it. You know, I don't have to like dry off my hands, just work. You know how relieving that is? Okay, so this is the piece that Kussah said looked like brisket. To me, it looks like something else. And in fact, it makes me a little curious. It makes me a little curious if this is actually what I think it is. I separated it off of the ribeye roast earlier because it just looked so familiar. You know, I was like, I want that. I want that separated from the rest. But here it is. It's like a beautiful sheet of meat. Look at that. Just look at it. Just look at it. This one scales out to 2 pounds and 0.3 ounces. Which is, again, it's a very respectable quantity of meat. So we're at a total of just just around 11 pounds of meat that have been developed out of a 13, according to the store, 13.53 pounds. Meaning we're looking at roughly 2.5 pounds of fat collected. And I'm gonna run it against my own scale to see how their numbers add up. In fact, here, we add this to it too. Because this is a fairly nice piece. I reserved it earlier, you may have heard this. With that, it becomes 2 pounds and 1.5 ounces. Let me remove the fat. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want you. Okay. 2 pounds, 1.5 ounces of mystery meat. You know, like, what's it look like to you? You seen this stuff before in the store? Because I'm pretty, like, I have a pretty good feeling I know what this is. There is a word for this piece. And but I could be wrong. It could just be something that looks like something I've seen before, and, you know, I carried away. Beautiful though. Lovely, lovely meat. 2 pounds, 1.5 ounces of this. So do I have to roll it? I do have to double up. Meaning this is something actually we may actually lose a little bit here. Just because there's this fat. I find you offensive. Please leave my meat alone. I do not wish to consume you, nor do I wish for any member of my family to consume you. Because you're just like it's just these fucking nodules of it. I don't like it. You know? Like, if I get really big and some animal decides, like, it's gonna bite into me, or a cannibal decides to eat me, I want to make sure that I'm very well marbled. I don't want these large deposits. Thank you. Thank you. So, there we go. Now it's 2 pounds, 1.4 ounces. I shed 0.1 ounce, which is like 3 grams of fat. Technically 2.85, I think. Shout out to the people who know how to read the digis. God. Alright. Enough. It's good enough. I have to stop myself at times and just, like, carry on. Otherwise I'll never get anything done. I think the width is perfectly fine. It's just a very large quantity of meat. Hopefully it'll fit in the bag. Please fit. Oh my god, it's just this fucking brick of meat. Get in there, please. Oh, fuck. Fuck, it's so tight. Get in there. Jesus, man. Just Jesus Christ. It's this, like, this is bag expansion time. Flank steak? Oh, giant midget, you know a thing or two. You know? It does look like that, yeah. A little hanger. One of those cuts that chefs fuck with, and have become more mainstream lately. I don't really know, but I think that's what it is. I think it could be the hanger. That was my speculation. I mean, like, I learned a little bit just from reading, Googling around a bit, but, you know, easy come, easy go. How that saying goes. Okay, so I have my lovely little 1.4 ounce piece of this, which I'm going to continue to reserve for the time being. fact, I'm gonna set it right down in the middle of my cast iron. And now we measure the fat. So, for dramatic effect, I'm taking away this cutting board. You've heard me talking about the fat, you really haven't had a good chance to look at it yet. So I told you, it's like a baking sheet. It's roughly half an inch, maybe a third of an inch, quarter inch high. And it's pretty much covered with fat. So inclusive of the baking sheet itself, we're looking at 3 pounds, 4.5 ounces, 4.6. The fat is trash. I decided I'm not gonna bother with it. Yeah? Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck with it. I don't want to anymore. Meat processing stream. Ugh. I can do this all day, I guess. Or I could just like dump it properly if I had an appropriately sized trash can. But I don't. Look, see, I'm a poor man. I can't even afford garbage bags, so I reuse shopping bags, thereby reducing my footprint. So poor, smart, I don't know. It's one of the two. Probably just poor. No. We got most of the big stuff out of the way. Just a few little pieces. Jesus Christ. Now, that's all been removed. 2 pounds, 5.3 ounces of fat. It's quite a bit of fat. Almost 2.5 pounds of fat. Two pounds, 5.3 ounces of fat. Oh, here I am just like cleaning up. You know what? I forgot I have this whole other piece of meat. The other one, I think I'm gonna do it a little simpler. I'm not gonna go through all that trouble. I'm just gonna trim it up nice, fast. Because I do need to trim it up. I need to scale it out too. I need to figure out just how much meat I've got to work with. Okay, for now, I'll do this. I'm gonna take all the meat, toss it in the fridge, in the bags. They haven't been sealed, and that's okay. I can let them dry out a little bit, because I'm gonna be throwing in a wet marinade anyways. Next contestant. Christ, it's been a long time since I did one of these things. I kind of missed it. Playing with large quantities of meat. Processing. Okay. This one. Beef ribeye roast, large end. It doesn't say the grade. But the sale price was $4 a pound. I don't know. Net weight 4.96 pounds. And just looking at it, it's not too bad. There's some fat on it. Could trim it down a bit, but only a little. I'm not going to do as much with this one because I'm feeling kind of lazy at this point. Ugh, gross. Great. A lot of fluids here. All right, where's my little paring knife? Yeah. All right. Christ. Okay, there's a lot of fat here, there's a lot of fat here. Let's do this. Okay. Here. And here. Make sure I don't lose a grip on this thing, because it's sharp. And since I threw it into the sink earlier, I'm gonna do it a solid. Yeah, I think it's sanitized. Okay. Let me first begin by draining and tossing the cello. Yeah, there's really nothing to drain. It's just, let's see here. This is fine to actually throw over here. Do it like this. Paper towel down. Scale out of the way for now. Baking sheets. Oh my god, dude. This is the fucking mother load. Like, the thickness of this is unreal. Holy shit. Wow. Just wow. That is one big piece of meat. Alright, so just quick and dirty. Because I'm tired. I wanna go rest. You know? There's still more to be done, sure, but I can even hit it in the morning. Yeah, it's almost 3 o'clock. I don't want to be up all night. I don't want to keep you up all night. You don't need that. Especially if you're still growing. Go get your rest. Bail, dude. It's just me processing meat. Seriously. I'm not going anywhere, okay? There we go. Just look at this. Holy fuck. Oh my god, man. And this just comes right off, this big fucking sheet of it. Like, I've known from cooking them without doing any trimming, just what happens to this part. It's like multiple laminated layers of this, loosely bound together, just little membranes. So I'm happy to take the time to do this. Get rid of some of the shit that we don't need. Crikey. And the value of trimming it isn't so much like make it look pretty or anything, let it cook any better. Especially if you're cooking it traditionally, yeah, you want the fat. You do want it there. Fat helps it. Me, I'm not cooking this shit traditional. Nope. I got my ways. And I just want to make sure it's off the table. Like, no, you cannot. If you're going to eat the meat that I prepared, you're not going to be able to eat a whole boatload of fat, even if you wanted it. Sorry. Denied. Just cut it out of the picture. Literally. Besides, the way I do these things, there's just no opportunity for the fat to really render. If you really did a roast, yeah, you could have some rendered fat and be okay, but like this quantity of fat, I don't think so. I don't think so. Get it partially done. I could be wrong, I'm no genius about food. There's no thing or two, not everything. Much better. Much cleaner. Just a little bit I can leave. It's no big. Yeah. Little bits, little bits. Just kind of picking at this cap. And there's some here, but that's fine. It's by the bone anyways. Okay. Wow. Just wow. Dark as fuck live week videos. Kinda, yeah. Kinda. I could totally see that. And there's a man with a knife, dressed in black too, like, what the fuck? What's this guy doing? Oh baby. It's gonna rain. Or hard rain's gonna fall. Wonderful. Told you I'm tired, man. I'm just like just not there. Not fully intact right now. Feeling a little tired. Anyways, I got a gallon size freezer bag. Wonderful, perfect fit. This is what I actually had to use in the past when processing, like dealing with really, really big steaks. You know, when I did the 3-pounder, that's what I had to do. But this is a new record for me. This much in a single single piece. Firsts. I'm very excited. I like firsts. You know, to be able to share this experience with you, it's quite gratifying. Even if like it's just a couple of people watching, I really don't give a shit. I'm just happy to be able to do it. Right? To have the opportunity to process this much meat. And again, this is nothing. Like, mark my words, one day I'm gonna buy a fucking cow. And I'm probably not gonna do it all myself. I'll just trim off a little bits. We'll find a guy who does a good job with it. Just let him at it. As much as I appreciate all of this, I got other shit I can do too. A lot of other shit that I can do. Stuff that I don't trust other people to do for me right now. And that's where I need to put my time and energy. Not into the tasks that somebody else can pick up on my behalf. This being one of them. But this is fun. This is fun. I'm willing to do this for myself and for family. 4 pounds, 10.8 ounces in this one. 10.7. 4 pounds, 10.7. Out of original, what was it? 4.96 according to their scales. And so we shed off roughly 5 ounces of fat. And skin, or whatever the hell that was, I don't even know. Here we go, I'll toss this in the fridge. Keep it cool. Alright, closing in on where I want to be. Not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Now, because I'm broadcasting, I'm going to do something I usually don't do. But I'll go ahead and use this. Normally I use the induction cooktop. I don't cook a lot with gas. Even though we have gas. We've got a 4-burner gas range. It's nothing special. If I was doing this kitchen over again, I don't know what I would do differently, really. There's only so much space we have here. Well, just let that sit till we hear some sizzling and popping. Oh yeah. Salt. Can't forget salt. That's it. I don't even want to measure the fat. Wait, do I? Yeah, I will. Fuck it, I will. Because it's sitting here. Like, I have all my shit here. All my implements are right in front of me. Why not? What we'll do is this. It's very simple. So I want to make sure the store also has honest measures. Right? Nice. Yeah. 4.1 ounces fat. Okay, it's starting to get kind of warm. I can hear it in the background. You may be able to hear it too. Hear it? You probably can't hear it over the sound of the refrigerator. But it's going. What I did, I just kind of folded it over itself such that it's riding on the cast iron on this little layer of fat. Yeah, it's just getting started. Let it chill there for a bit. Exciting, I can eat at last. Eat something. After dealing with so much meat, finally I'm gonna have some. Yeah, it's fine. All is good. All is good. Snap, fizzle, pop. Current battery charge 37%. Man, this little machine's been burning through its battery pretty quickly. I may have oversold it. Then again, I do push it pretty hard. Even though right now it shouldn't be doing too much. So I'm kind of surprised. That's why my saying, oh, I may have oversold it. Sold it. So I don't know, right now, should I bother with this cleanup? Yeah, I should. USB-C hub and card reader. And this. I'm going to throw these off to the side. They don't belong there. I want more wine. I'm going to consume more wine. No, I said I would switch to whiskey. Lovely. You are beautiful. I hope you know that. I'm just happy I gotta eat something. Animal fat. I don't have ice, but the whiskey's cold. And let me rinse out this glass. Yeah. Did I really? totally forgot to take a picture. Fuck. No, it's hot. Ah, the whiskey is Jameson. Thank you for reminding me. Cheers. Mm-mm. 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 I need to talk to Jobin about cast iron. There's rust forming on the bottom. I still have lemon juice. So we can clear it right up, but it's a bad thing. Not what you want to let happen to cast iron. Never again. $3:01. Oh. Dear Lord. That is an impressive quantity of fat. Like, just between the fat and the packaging material that all the meat came in. What did we say it weighed out to? It's roughly like 2.5 on the first one. Like 3 pounds? But this is heavier. This is definitely over 3. I think it was worth doing. My thought is that it will allow the flavors to penetrate a little deeper. Even though I'm going through this whole, like, in the case of one, I'll be doing, or the bulk of them, I'll be doing vacuum. Actually using vacuum in order to, you can flash infuse stuff. But I think it'll still help. Just more surface area is always a plus. funny. There's really, like, how much art is there to this shit versus science? I don't know. I figure the art is all in the form of how you plate and present food. Things like flavor, cooking times, temperature. Most of that is science. That's just science. Even the things that you put in there. Machine learning algorithm can tell you, like, hey, this is an interesting combination of things. You should try this. You want more meat, huh? You're such a lucky little bastard, you know that? You had raw steak tonight. I must cook professionally? No. No, I don't cook professionally. I don't even really like cooking. But it's a useful skill. Saves a lot of money. I'm fortunate that I can have dinner with my parents every single night. And there's a reason why I want to live out of here permanently. All they're around, it's family, it's nearby. There's nothing like mom's home-cooked meals. Just nothing else. There's stuff that only she makes that I can't get at a restaurant. Or even if I get it, it's just like, what the hell is this? I'm by no means a professional at this shit. I hardly ever cook. I just enjoy it. Like, sometimes I like playing around with the food. Especially meat. Like, I knew quite a while back that I wanted to get really proficient at handling meat. Because there's something about meat. It brings everybody together. You step into a place and you can smell, like, just meat, just on the verge of being done. Like, immediately you start to salivate a bit and you think, like, oh fuck, that's good. I'm in for a treat. And I like that. I think it's something magical, you know? Being able to just conjure up this feeling inside of other people. So, for years I've been responsible for dealing with things like holiday hams. I try to take responsibility with things like turkeys, but like, if somebody else wants to mess with it, it's okay, I can go hands off too. What's going on? Okay, Kussah. Like, rest assured, I will be reviewing the transcript from tonight. I know I have not been at all attentive. But yeah, I mean, like, I was working pretty much full bore, and how long did this take? I have no fucking idea. It took like 2.5 hours. And I haven't finished bagging. I haven't gotten the marinade together. Shit takes time. Cooking takes time. It goes a lot easier if you have help. And some people love this shit. They live for it. So at the hovel, ultimately I'd like to have a professional chef. Somebody to just come by and cook. or just cater in food, you know? And occasionally, if somebody brings by some tribute, then we'll work on it. Here, please, serve this evening. Okay. Until then, I'll wear many hats. But it'll happen. Have yourself a good night. And thank you. Remember Thursday. I hope you can make time. Like earlier is fine, although, you know, maybe like, we'll get in touch. We'll get in touch. The best single meat dish I've ever made. It's really easy. So one thing I did when I was saying I'd get a little more serious about making food, I started by like getting into sous vide. I found this to be really fascinating. I thought this makes a lot of sense. Everybody should cook sous vide. But I learned that it actually takes a lot of time still. It's all about the prep. I picked up some books. I've had a Southeast Asian cooking book for a long time. Haven't really made too much out of that. But there's a really easy and very, very fulfilling meat dish that anybody can make. And it's, if you look for Tim Ferriss's Oso Bucco recipe, you can find it. Really simple. It involves like, I used a clay pot, I think, but like a Dutch oven, something you can throw into the oven, and lamb shank, and tomatoes, and wine, and some seasoning. And you just combine the ingredients, and you just like heat it up and throw it into the oven for a while, and you wait and you pull it out. It's really good. And I think it's the very first recipe inside of the 4-Hour Chef. I want to say it's the very first one. A lot of the stuff that I picked up, garlic press, the fish turner, what else? There's some other tools, I'm sure. Like my mom's got the OXO Good Grips kitchen scale with the little thing, the pull-out display. This stuff they're talking about now on America's Test Kitchen. But like Ferris wrote about it ages ago. I'm kind of surprised it took this long for it to just trickle down. The guy knew his shit. Like he talked to the people in the know and provided solid recommendations. So if you haven't, do check that out. No matter where you are in the world, I think, as long as Amazon will ship to you, you can support this channel by going to YetiEater.com/Amazon whenever you shop there. And you pay the same prices. What's next? Marinade. Marinade and salt. So, we don't need a lot of liquid. Just a bit. Just a bit of liquid, but it's gotta cover every single square inch. Salinity is important. The rule of thumb that I learned was 1%, I think, but I'll double check. I need to do some fact checking. Because I feel like I usually get the salinity a little low. Like, I can more or less eyeball it, okay? But sous vide's kind of weird. You gotta be careful with acids and with salts. So I'm gonna do a bit of research. I think I'm okay to let the meat just kind of dry out a bit in the fridge. I think I'm okay to do that. So I can pick this up again in the morning. I'll do some research and, you know, like prepare the marinade, the wet marinade, divide it amongst the bags, and seal them. And from there we move to the cook. I know some other broadcasters are cooking sous vide too. That excites me. It excites me. Cause like I know a thing or two about it. Not a lot. I'm no pro. But you know I learn. Rest assured, there will be a business formed around this idea. And we're not going to be selling cookers. Think subscriptions. Boxes. But only high quality. Only high quality. I'm not interested in fucking with the down market. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as much as I'd like to clean up and be a responsible steward of my own home, I really do need to sleep. Like, I need to get through this shit fast and just crash. Yeah, just crash. But tomorrow, I'm gonna take some photos of food. I've been stockpiling photos for a while. And just like fuck man, I don't play social media too well. I'm engaging a lot on Twitter. Like if you're on Twitter, do take a look at my tweets. Take a look at my profile, look at the pin post. Let me know what you think. If you'd be interested, hit me up. Like fucking at me. Or DM me, I don't care. Get in my Discord server. Do whatever you need to do in order to get a hold of me. Pick your preferred method of communication. I will respond. Because the fact that you take time out of your day to reach out and engage with me, it's amazing. Because again, I'm just some random dude on the internet. I don't know how to put it any better than that. But do find me. I'm serious. I'm looking for that first 100 people. I tried reaching out to some guys who have some clout, and like, we'll see. Well, I'm patient. If they don't respond right away, I don't really give a fuck. Because eventually they're gonna hear about me. And they'll look through our PMs, our DMs, and they'll be like, holy shit, this guy reached out to me ages ago. What the fuck was I thinking? Why did I ignore him? I don't reach out to a lot of people, man. Mostly folks that I've met in meat space. That I have a reason to re-engage with. But again, I'm happy to do this. Take a look at the pin post. Just 100 people, that's all I'm looking for. Because I want to see this value out there. I really do. I'm excited to see what will happen. To hear about the adventures you'll go on. You stick around long enough, you'll see where I go. When I finally get around to posting some pictures. Until then, you've got this. 30 frames a second, 1080p. Just me wherever I happen to be. And you, dear viewer. And you. Kussah said something nice. Ultimately, I'm going to replace this fridge. Move to a proper one. It's the fridge that came with the house. It's old, but still got life left. You may want to mute, by the way. I want to get some better stuff. Maybe one of the fridges with the French doors or something, I don't know. I don't know yet. When the money comes, we'll make moves. When the time's right, everything's gonna change. Until then, it's just one day at a time. And if I start moving too slowly, let me know. Please. I need to go fast. Operation Qual, yeah. There are a lot of people out there that I need to spend time with. Quality time with. As much as possible, I want to take you along with me. But I can't promise you can go everywhere. No guarantees. But you already know. I'm going to change this game. Be excited for Thursday. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be like learning to ride a bike for the first time. I can't fucking wait. 'Cause from this place, Mother Base, Houston, Texas, going out to the world. We're gonna make some fucking waves. Because these other cats, they have no idea, man. I mean, I'm talking about shit that, like, on Twitch alone, the type of shit that I'm interested in is like 1 in, I don't know, conservative guess, like 1 in 2,000, 3,000 people. Maybe. But a lot of people are aware. And that's a powerful thing. The awareness is what's going to make everything work. And from there, the sky's the limit, man. If even. JJ Games, hey. Excuse me, I've got a bio break. I'll explain. wants to go potty. I got a couple of beer cans to toss out. I left the new bottle, the last bottle I have that I bought from today at my parents' place. So, you know, tomorrow if I'm grilling, I can drink a beer. That's what you do when you're grilling. Yeah. Alright, good. I didn't miss anything. Yeah. Look. It's late. That's holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna let that come up the temperature a bit longer. Red wine when it's too cold. And I feel like there's something about this one that I'm not particularly fond of. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's cheap red wine. It was like $7.50 for a 1.5 liter. So whenever you're buying wine, it's like, you know, $3-4 for a bottle. It's pretty much dirt cheap wine. Yeah, I don't normally buy expensive wine, but like back when I was in the MBA program for the first time, I started getting into like $10 bottles. And just kind of playing around in that price range, seeing what was available, developing a palate for it. By no means a wine expert. I'm not a connoisseur of wine. But if it tastes like shit, I don't like it. And this one's got something about it that I don't quite like. So I might actually use something else. I might go grab a different bottle for the base. We'll see. I think once it warms up, it gets a little more enjoyable. But it's just like there's something slightly unpleasant about it. I can't put my finger on it. Also, this is gonna take some more work. This is really dirty. Like, it's just greasy. And it's not just from me. It needs to be cleaned regularly. It's just kind of oily. Nice film on it. But fuck it, I don't want to deal with it right now. I already did my part. Nice, I still have sesame oil. I'm gonna throw these here for the time being. JJ Games is now following. Hey. Thank you. Thank you very much. My memory is a little bad, but I'm pretty sure, I thought you got in on my giveaway. Didn't you? Yeah, okay, you found it. You figured it out. Yeah, if you're not in, I'll bump the post. Since it's now time that the UK comes online, the EU comes online. But yeah, there's a giveaway, and all you have to do is follow the channels. I needed this in order to make sure that I had an adequate level of resilience in the event that one of my channels, like Twitch, goes down. You know me, man. I'm not trying to keep all my eggs in a single basket. Thank you very much. Yeah, all's good. Okay, so, couple of notes. The Nintendo Switch, I figured out what was wrong just by asking. I needed to install some drivers. And I still haven't gotten around to it. But 6.2.0 is jailbreakable, so I'm still in the money. provided that my console hasn't been patched with something or other. I don't know what they're patching out of existence. I think it's this like fusey thing. We'll see. Like, I still have my jig. When I say jig, I mean I have my bent paper clip with which I can put my switch into RCM. Thursday's coming up. Tomorrow I'm gonna eat some good food. I'm really excited. Like, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna eat yet, but we're gonna go somewhere good. It's Chinatown, man. Maybe I'll bring Paul. I'll bring Paul, and afterwards I'll hit up my buddy who lives in that part of town. Because I have some business to go over with him. And it's just one of those things, like, I need to see him in person. It would be helpful. I don't have to take Paul. It's just gonna be trouble. But I need to spend time with this guy. I need to talk with him a bit. I know what he wants. I need to explain to him a little more clearly why executing on exactly what he wants is not a good idea. But if he still wants to go ahead with it, if he wants to take the risk, I can make it happen. And I'll get paid. It's fine. Well, I don't want his shit to go down. So, advising him is the best move. Like, I really want him to succeed with his endeavors, because he's good people. Pretty cool. Does this work yet? It's not plugged in.
Hello? Yeah, I mean, that's plugged in. So why would it work?
Let's see. Oh, what the fuck is going on? I think I know what's going on. It's this thing. It was finicky when I bought it. There we go. What? Excuse me? The flip. Let me fix this. What? Excuse me? Try again. That's more like it. Good job, machine. You figured it out. Thank you. No, I must go sleep. Really, I'm just waiting for this wine to come up to a nice temperature. And then I'll down it, say my goodbyes, and go sleep. Because my friend who's staying with me right now, he and his wife are leaving town tomorrow. And I'm really glad. Like, I'm really glad that they decided to stop by and stay with me. Because I haven't spent a lot of time with them, but the time that I have spent with them has been good. And I have some confidence that when we link up again, back in Como, we'll be able to have, spend a little bit more quality time together too. Because in the past, we didn't really interact deeply. Didn't really get to know each other much. So I'm glad for this time. We got lunch together tomorrow. I gotta be fit to drive. And then I'm gonna set up an impromptu business meeting. So, you know, I gotta be lucid. Must be lucid. The business meeting is so that I can guarantee, at least in the short term, a $1,000 a month contract. But I want to break it up into $250 a week. If I can, I want to get paid weekly. Since I'm the one that's going to be running the contract terms. Every single contract I put out for this type of work is going to be on a weekly basis. If people want to negotiate on that, it's fine. I can get paid twice a month. That's comfortable. But I want to make sure the money keeps rolling in nonstop. And that I always have something I can sink my teeth into. And if I get bored with it, I can hand it off to somebody else, or just say, sorry. Unless you pay more, I really can't do anything for you. I'm just bored. Good morning. Or it's morning for you too. Good morning. You may be having coffee. I'm not having coffee. I'm drinking a red wine right before I go to sleep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Six hours ahead. Dude, this 2019 is gonna be fucking huge. I can't wait. You know, like I was so excited. So damn excited. Thinking, oh, by quarter three, I'll be able to reap the rewards of all the stuff I've done. And you know what? I was almost in a position to do it. But the cash flow wasn't there. Here I am at home over this break. And the level of confidence that I have right now is unshakable. I went from complete distress to just relaxed. I'm gonna have to work my fucking tail off. But it's a reframe, you know? I don't really view it as my working my ass off on behalf of somebody else. This job the gig I'll be running. It's just them paying me to keep getting better at what I do. And it's gonna be like that. A whole bunch of that. The job, the benefits, with a side business. Hey, Jan. When's the baby due? My friend, his wife is pregnant. She's due in February. 14th of January. Damn, dude. Who dis? 14th of January. It's right around the corner, man. Oh my god. It's coming up fast. Good times. It's really exciting. Knock on wood, all goes well. I trust everything will go fine. New Year. Somebody asked me about New Year's resolutions not long ago, and I told them I simply hadn't thought about it yet. But if I really had to think about it, what would I resolve to do? I've already made some resolutions and I've stuck with them for the most part. I still don't know. Oh yeah, here's one. I resolve to share more. Because right now I'm too slow. I move way too slowly. Still. In fact, you guys couldn't help me out a bit. You have Imager? If you're on Imager, the problem with Imager is that you can't use it to indicate which particular photos you like. I really like Flickr better. Okay, so let's back up a step. I take a lot of photos. I want to regularly dump out all of the photos and videos that I take, just raw, and share it with people that actually stop by. Because it adds a lot more color to what's going on. A lot more than what you see here. For example, last week, the start of last week, I took my mom's car in for servicing. Today, at my friend's home. These are all his. And he has more. But last week, I went and I test drove this car. WRX STI. Just to see what it was all about. And I don't have time to fucking edit these videos, man. I haven't even pushed the photos I took at the Twitch Texas, Twitch Houston meetup. See, one of the problems I have is I'm a recovering perfectionist. And the way I hope to attack this problem is to solicit feedback early and often. To that end, I just want to dump everything and get feedback. The faster, the better. So I pushed the photos to my personal Facebook profile and to Imager and to Flickr, just to cast a wide net. Maybe there's a better platform for this. I don't know. But I want to see what you guys think is good. And from there, be able to curate a small selection and post-process, whatever. That way, only the best gets shown for the world. Because me, if I'm left to my own devices, I'll never complete the task. I never do. It's been it's just this. It's just with my own work. I never get it out on time. And it's not helping me. So this is an area where I do need help. Because ultimately, I don't know if you recall, maybe you haven't heard this before, but ultimately I just want to take pictures and write. And that's all I want to do. And I take pictures now. If you want to be able to survive doing that, you have to share your pictures. So I need help getting from where I am to that next step of being able to share polished work fast. Yeah. So JJ, the thing about Instagram is that folks don't really use it as Instagram. It's not so much for pictures that you take on the fly. Instead, whenever you look at somebody's, like an Instagram influencer's profile, what you see is highly curated, doctored images. They've all gone through Photoshop. I got Photoshop. I can find guys that run Photoshop, it's fine. But I need to find the right source material to feed in. Hence why I've been uploading to these other places, just dumping. Because I want to go from the dumps to solicit engagement immediately, find some feedback. And from there, cull. Take out all the bad ones, the stuff that nobody comments on, the stuff that nobody's interested in, dump, just delete. Take the good ones, play with it a little bit, and push. I have just rich posts. I want to use Instagram like close to its original vision. It's just I shoot too much. I can't share every single photo I take on there. Because a lot of it's trash, man. Or at least I think it's trash. Also, the STI was a lot of fun. And I'm dismayed that Mitsubishi stopped making the Lancer Evolution. I didn't realize. Rest in peace, Evo. I don't care to trend. I never use hashtags. It's not my thing. It's not the goal. For me, it's just like, it's just another mode of expression. But when I move as slowly as I do, it's like I'm gagged, you know? I'm not happy about it. And if it's too difficult to get feedback, it's okay. I can just accept it and just become a better Fair. Fair, man. For me, I just want to win this game. Because I want to fucking try hard. And I saw this really interesting video. This guy tries to get his girlfriend to become an Instagram celebrity. Really interesting. There is quite a bit of Photoshop involved. But I mean, she's an attractive young woman already, you know. It's things like enlarging butts and aping somebody else's Instagram posts. This really popular fitness model. I also want to become a food reviewer. And just have fun. Just have fun and travel and take pictures and write. And meet people. Help them. Help them if I can. And it starts with those closest to me. And from there we expand. And trust me, the UK is on the list. England is on the list. Hey. Hey. How are you? Why are you up? What time is it? I need to go sleep. Are you waking or have you been up all night? I want to take a long last look at something before I call it. Nice. Getting ready for work? Holy crap. Hey, one of these days would you be open to talking? Just chatting. I've got this project I'm working on. Maybe it'd be of interest to you. Is shit frozen here? The two domains. Oh. I decided against that project. Not gonna move with it. I've got a much more interesting project I want to work on. I don't have a name for it yet. But it's a pretty simple idea. It's an existing idea. And partnership deals can be hammered out. And the route to monetization is clear. Okay. I've done what I need to do. One last thing. One more thing. Interesting. Unfollow. Bye-bye. I'm gonna be a little more aggressive about the whole social media game. Too much noise for my taste. Wow, last day until Christmas? Nice. Yeah, too slow. Yeah, I hear you. Too slow with the 2 zeros. 2 O's, I mean. The business that I'm going to be working on, the reason why I'm excited for Thursday, it's something that has the potential to dramatically change one aspect of the broadcasting game. Broadcasting and content creation. And they're going to be more things that can be spun out of this. Multiple routes to monetization. And it's something that I can wholly own. And other people can pick it up and try to take it, and that's fine. I don't mind. But I've got an angle I'm looking to work. And I'm hoping for some success. Because I could use some success. I think it's a really good opportunity. It's all about being the first to do this. The best part is it's scalable. Because it's not just about me and my content creation. Like I've said many times, I'm just some dude on the internet. I have my own agenda. things that I care about that other people might not care about at all. And I really have no interest in bending myself to cater to the masses. A lot of what I do here is quite selfish. I know that. But I'm also willing to give my time to good people. I don't want to talk too much about it. Just because it'll sound like I'm trying to be a hype man. But I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. It's got a lot of potential. Just got to execute on it right. And I trust myself. But I got to keep moving faster. Whoa, Texan. Hey. Howdy. Welcome. Are you a Texan from Texas, in Texas right now? 'Cause if you are, you and I both need to go to sleep soon. I mean, soon. Okay, well, yo, you're from Houston? Get out. Get out. I'm from Houston too. I'm in Houston right now. It's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Hey, you also game with somebody else who's from Houston. No wonder you have that gun. You know it. You know it. Yeah. I tell folks, like, yeah, don't rob people. Don't try to break into homes in Texas. You're gonna get shot. And I also say to people, don't target Asian people. We all have guns. I don't know if it's true, but hey, the more people think that Asian people have guns, then the more people leave us alone. I don't like people bothering me, you know? I'm like a stodgy old man. Get off my lawn. But that's cool. Shit, you're from Houston. Use social media at all? For your, I mean, I think you've definitely streamed before. You've co-streamed with 2 other people playing Red Dead Redemption 2. How can I find you? What part? It's an open secret. I want to see some of the stuff you've put out first before I say. It's nothing personal, it's just policy. Because the internet, man, there's some crazy people on the internet. That's why we keep toys like this. River Oaks? Shit, your money. That's cool. I'm a poor man. But I'm mostly good people. But again, do you use social media at all for your broadcasting? Or is it just like personal accounts? Let me look you up. So Richard State, yeah, River Oaks is a money part of Houston. I think I found you. Just because this is a pretty new handle. Why would this be the first thing that comes up though? So far I can't tell. Can't tell. That's weird. Why does this come up first? Yeah, me neither. I'm just curious. Like, I'm always curious. Like, put it this way, I'm trying to grow my local network. Because I recognize there's some power to having a solid group of locals to work with. You know? Why does this come up first? It's very strange. Very, very strange. GTA, Fargo. Very strange. 4chan. IG? Okay. Yeah. It's funny, I was just talking about Instagram earlier. Talking about how I take a whole bunch of photos and I just never get around to sharing them on Instagram. Such your DM. Hey. Heather, you should get in on my giveaway. If you're not on it yet. In fact, let me bump it. Or just drop the link here. Because it's not, the goal is not to try to like get 1 million new people following. I don't need that. Eventually I'll go chase growth. But right now it's just to consolidate. Make sure that people are aware I actually use all of these things. And that way they can always find me if they lose sight. Because sometimes the channels go down. Okay, fair enough. Oh my gosh. Here. Excuse me. Whoops, for some reason it didn't hop over and pop and boom. Oh. Shit. There we go. Okay, guys, I really need sleep. I need sleep. I'm gonna pull this up and then just fucking sign off. Like, I cannot. I gotta go eat lunch tomorrow. And, you know, have my little business meeting. Go chill with my friend for a bit. Remember, 7 is a magic number. Okay, before I do this. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. We've reached the end of the night. I've got to go. Much as I'd love to stay and continue fucking up my sleep schedule, I've got to rest. Because I am human. Not a robot. But it's been fun. Got a lot done tonight. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. It's a complete and utter nothing. But I had fun. And we'll wrap it tomorrow. And Thursday is right around the corner. I'm really excited. Like, it's hard to put into words just how excited I am for the prospects ahead. And that a new Texan, a wild Houstonian, has appeared. Whoa. Serendipitous, isn't it? Anyways, life is good. I'm glad that you got a share in part of this. Looking forward to the new day. But for now, I gotta go. So, until then.